There's an article written by Bloomberg Business Week called Burger King is Run by Children. Burger King is the company I want to highlight for this project. The reason why they wrote this article is because Burger King has done something very unique. They have just hired a 32-year-old CEO named Daniel Schwartz. Why would they do such a thing? Because they wanted to change the way they do business. They need to revamp their market structure because they are number two, and they have went through some very tragic situations as far as changing of ownership, that they needed to do something so they can get back in the game and become more competitive in their industry. And so they hired a new high energy, ingenuitive person that brings a lot of zeal to the table. We found that the average CEO is about 53 years old. So this is really thinking outside of the box. So what is some of the things that Schwartz has done? Well, the first thing he did was he changed the mentality of the company to what they call an ownership mentality. What does that really mean? Well, most companies hold on to a good portion of their restaurants in corporate. But what he did is he got rid of most of their restaurants and sold them to the individuals to ownership of their own restaurants, all to about 52 of them. He only kept a few on board for training. But what that did was that allowed them to recoup a lot of their profitability and put it back into corporate so they can do some more things to be more competitive. What this also did was it allowed them to be in the industry of perfect competition and holistic market strategies. Also, in doing that, of this individual ownership, they also was able to decrease their corporate employees from 38,000 to about 2,400. Again, was able to cut back in corporate to allow them to become more profitable. With that profitability, they was able to expand their abroad ownership to the point of from 1,400 to about 13,000. This allowed their market share to go through the roof to the point where Wall Street stated that they was looking over $9 billion in their market share. Investors started to look at them and wonder why McDonald's and Wendy's did not take on the same concept. Then he also said, well, we have some wasteful spending that we have to get rid of. So the first thing they did is they cut the corporate jet, wasteful spending. The next thing they did is they cut out plush offices, wasteful spending. The third thing he did was that overseas they used to throw $1 million badges, wasteful spending. He said we need to become more profitable, and the only way we can become more profitable is we have to get rid of wasteful spending. Also, we need to check at home and to start to check ourselves. So instead of making long distance phone calls and having long distance bills, we started to Skype. He also said instead of sending out FedEx, he told them to start using Skype instead of sending out documents or physical documents. He said start using faxes and emails. He also said instead of having everybody having a personal printer, we're going to use one particular printer. Then what they did is they had to revamp their menus because they needed to have an attraction, more people to come in. And so they had the biggest revamp of menus in history. Also what they did was to give the support from corporate that the owners would know that they had a chance to become profitable in the industry. They hired about 140 coaches to go teach owners how to stay profitable in this particular industry. So what has all this done? Well, their stock price, their stock is up 15% as of July 2014, while McDonald's is down 2% and Wendy's is down 6%. Burger King has become the #1 market shareholder for their owners to date. This is really exciting news. So even though Burger King is still #2 at this point, they are climbing to become #1 very soon. Thank you for your time.